Hey Tommy, did that recruiter at the employment agency get you a job yet?
But son of a bitch told me that I would get it within 3 months.
Didn't he say he was sure the client would hire you?
They're crazy. I don't think I will ever get it. They betrayed me, they didn't keep their promise, they tricked me, and I don't care anymore.
Did you tell them how many mad IT skills you have?
Of course, what do you think? They are using me, and I am the fool.
I think you can still get an IT job.
You're the only one who does.
Maybe if you just tried one more tech agency.
You think about everything.
Well, you only tried 1,000 already. There's another 1,000 waiting for you.
Whatever, I don't care.
Ha ha, that's all very funny, but let's get serious for a moment. Now, this is for any of you people who are looking to get into the IT field as a career, or maybe those of you who have recently gotten into it and you're entry level or you're mid entry level, and you live in America. So, this is all about how the IT career in America sucks. And by the way, this is 2019, and it has sucked for the last several years. At least when I got my degree in 2011 and onward through the years up to 2019, the IT field has sucked. I believe it's dead and never going to come back again. Please be aware that this is not the administrative, perhaps administrative and developing, but the core IT field that we knew 15, 20 years ago, where you do lower level support work, repair, maintenance, keeping some applications going and that type of thing. That's pretty much dead. So there are several reasons why. There's about 5 main reasons. The first 3 reasons are going to be technical reasons. The last 2 reasons are going to be sociological reasons. I'm going to save the best one for last, and the worst one, and I'll cover the technical ones first. So one of the big reasons why the IT field is a dead end in this country, and this is probably true for across the world, computers and computer equipment today last a long time. If not forever, they last a really long time. So the need for an IT tech to repair broken computer equipment, I'm talking about the computers themselves, desktops, laptops, you got networking equipment, hard drives, printers, switches and routers, all these different things involved with the tech system. They last years and years and years. So you're not going to be very busy as an IT tech doing that. If you're not busy, then firms aren't going to hire you because they don't want to waste their money on somebody they don't need. So there goes your IT job. Another thing is when this equipment does break, they don't waste their time and money having an IT tech on hand to fix it because it's so damn cheap nowadays just to buy a new piece of equipment and just replace the stuff that broke down and throw the old shit out the window. Along with the IT tech, I guess, because why do you need an IT tech if they're just going to replace the unit and not even bother trying to fix it? Another tech reason is nowadays there companies and especially the large enterprise corporations are using cloud services to save all their data to it and to run all the applications. So you might have 10,000 users in a company with 10,000 computers, 10,000 plus, maybe, with the extra computers and stuff, maybe like 15 or 20,000 computers. And they're not even keeping their data on site at the company, and they're not even running the applications that they're using. They're not even running their applications there at the office. The applications are out resident on a cloud server being administered by the cloud service, not on site at the company where you would be working. And I say where you would be because you're not going to be working there because they don't need you, since the application, all the data is being administered off site at the cloud service. And don't all you kiddies be thinking, oh, shit, I'm going to be going working at that cloud service because, number one, they're not going to need as many people as all the corporations that they serve. They just need a handful because it's all consolidated, you see. It's all in one place, so they don't need a lot of techs there. So a lot of tech jobs got burnt out just because it's so consolidated. And number two, what are you going to do? Move to wherever, 2,500 miles away from home, just so you can work at one of these cloud services? Maybe. But like I said, the demand's not as strong because it's so consolidated. So now to get on with the first sociological reason why IT field is practically dead in America is the H-1B visa issue. Here in America, we have a thing called the H-1B visa where we take foreigners and give them specialized visas to live here for 3 years, which can then be renewed another 3 years, so it maybe a total of 6 years per individual, who come in with specialized skills, mostly tech skills, to the tune of 65,000 people a year coming in from outside of this country to take tech jobs. And the vast majority of those are going into the IT field, taking IT jobs. So you have a lot of foreigners coming in here, taking IT jobs that Americans would have, but we don't, because all these Indians are coming in. And I say Indians because I've been around to a lot of different contracts and a lot of different businesses, and especially the bigger enterprise level businesses have tons and tons of Indians. I've seen them. They're working the IT field. They come over here for the amount of time I told you, and just long enough to get these IT jobs that you wish you had, but he has it. And they'll be moving back to India 3 to 6 years later, only to be replaced by 65,000 more foreigners every year taking your IT jobs. And that's not to mention the 20,000 other foreigners who come in under H-1B visas to take higher level skill jobs, master degrees and above, if you happen to have a master's degree. And you have that to worry about. So this brings me to my final reason of why the IT field sucks in this country, and that is employment agencies or tech agencies. Same thing. Tech agencies specialize in just technical jobs, but the overall standard employment agencies have their fingers into the tech industry just as much. So what these agencies do, as you probably already know, they sponsor jobs, and they're middlemen who basically just get in the way between you and the real employer, you and the real place where you'd actually do the actual work. They just get in the way and fuck everything up, for lack of a better explanation. Well, let me explain. All right. Your tech agency makes these deals with what they call the client, and the client is where you're actually going to work. Like back in the old days, in the years before 2000, you used to just be able to go ahead and have an interview at the place you were actually going to work. There were no recruiters or agencies. You know, if you're going to work for company ABC, you go to company ABC, talk to the manager at the department where you're going to work at ABC, get your interview, and that guy would hire you because he knows exactly who he wants to hire, and if you fit the bill, you get hired. Not anymore. Now you go and you put your resume out, and you go on a job board. You put your resume out. You're going to find 95 to 99% of the listings are not sponsored by the place you will end up actually doing the work at. As a matter of fact, you won't fucking see who the hell you're going to be working for, because it's the agency presenting the job, and the agency wants to keep the end client secret until they have you under a contract, which may or may not get you the job. Usually it doesn't get you the job. So you're going to be dealing with an agency, and you're probably going to get flooded if you have your resume out on some job boards. You're going to get flooded by a bunch of emails every week from agencies. A lot of them have nothing to do with what the hell you're looking for, because they just want to fill their quota that their bosses want them to do every day. So they have to make a bunch of contacts. So, you know, you get your time wasted by all these flapjacks just coming in here and hitting you with emails like, oh, you'll see every Indian frickin' name you know, because they also dominate the agency business. I'd say 9 out of 10 recruiters are going to be an Indian, who you may or may not understand depending on how thick their accent is. So whichever way, you know, if you found the job or if some recruiter found you, you're not, 95% of the time you're going to be dealing with an agency and a recruiter now. So the thing is, it's no longer in your hands as to whether you get employed or not. It's the recruiter who decides whether you get a job or not. It's the recruiter who passes your resume on along to their client. So where you might have gotten recognition, you might have gotten notice and gotten an interview before by the client, you won't. You won't now, because the recruiter doesn't like something about your resume, doesn't like something about your employment history or your skills, and they think you're not worth even having the client look at you. So they just throw your resume out and it never goes any further than that. And this brings me to another point. A big problem with that is these recruiters don't know what the fuck they're talking about. As far as the job you're looking at is concerned, they don't know what the hell the job is. Most of the time, they're recruiters. If you're looking for a job as a desktop support tech or a network support tech, they're not a desktop support tech. They're not a network support tech. They are just a fucking recruiter who sits on their ass, calling people all day, grabbing their resumes and throwing them at employers when they feel like it, if they feel like it. Bosses tally up the number of calls they make every day, and then they get their little commission for making 150 calls a day or whatever. That's their job. They're not techs. They're just freaking recruiting agents. So they don't have the first damn clue what the hell it is this client wants you to do. But yet they're the ones making the decision whether you even get into an interview with this guy or not. And as you can see, that's bullshit, because a lot of good people are getting cut out by incompetent agents. And believe me, they're all incompetent. They're getting cut out by these piece of shit agents who don't know what the fuck they're talking about and never get to talk to the goddamn person who's really in charge of the work. That pisses me off. And it'll piss you off too if you're just getting into this field, and you'll find out. Yeah, you'll find out. So The last thing about these agencies, and the last thing about this whole IT sucks in general, is that for as shitty as a damn recruiter and their agency are, the recruiter and that agency get a cut of your pay. So whatever the end client, the person who's actually giving you the work, whoever they are, whatever they are willing to pay for your work, a lot of that you never see. A lot of that money goes to the stupid recruiter who put you in place there. Because I guess they think they're worth it because they put you in. Believe me, you can do this stuff yourself. You don't need a stupid ass recruiter representing you and putting you in at some business, to work. You can do all this stuff yourself. I've done it for years and years before early 2000s. We used to be that you didn't have these agencies and you represented yourself, and it all went a lot better. You represent yourself a hell of a lot better than some douchebag who doesn't even know you and doesn't even know the fucking work you're supposed to be doing. It used to be a lot better. So now for all these different reasons, you got computers lasting longer. You got computers being replaced instead of worked on when they do break. You got cloud services representing your data and your applications. You got foreigners coming here by the tens of thousands every year under HB1 visas, taking the IT jobs. And employment agencies fucking everything up on top of it. So, IT field is, for all intents and purposes, dead. It's a dead end. It stinks. It's a real bad career choice. I'm sad to say, because the computer field is really interesting if you're into that. But as an IT tech as a career, it's pretty much useless anymore. So I hope that didn't. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, have a good day after that. Okay. Odin the Tall signing out.